Yo, welcome back for another episode. This time we'll be doing hard Lucid. These are our stats today, and mostly the same gear. Totems are going to be the same as last time. These 3 filler rings, so that ring swapping isn't going to be bad. I forgot to take this off, but it's still going to be around a 15-minute run regardless. Nothing. Same weapon, same hat, shoes for the move speed and whatnot. Same Katara. We got this boss metal thing, emblem. We also did take off the whatchamacallit, grandest symbols, but we have the arcane symbols on. Let me show you my link skills as well. Warrior Link is really nice to have. You don't need to have it, but it does help with survivability. Same with Spirit of Freedom. When you die, you get a 8-second iframe when you respawn. So these things help you survive a lot better if you're still struggling or getting used to a boss still. This is the Legion board we have around 2. I didn't really nerf myself on this aspect, but it's a lot easier for me to just nerf myself through gear and other means. Speaking of nerfing, let me show you guys my Maple Scouter. These are the stats. We won't be using G skills, just the Sayrams and Red Pot, Green Pot this time around. Stats on the left. Roar 4, Open Jump 4, all that good stuff. Max Hexa. No special nodes still. And 32k for 300 bots solo for Lucid, and we're clocking in at 161%. So once again, disclaimer, like, this is just a guesstimate. It's not black or white as if like you can or cannot do it. Mostly it's pretty good for giving you an idea of like how over geared you are or how comfortable of a run it is. If it's like 98%, it usually means that you gotta be playing out of your mind, like playing near to perfect if not perfect to get the clear. So that's where we are this time around. Let me close this, and yeah, let's get started. There's a lot to talk about. This is also another boss where Fountain's gonna be good to have, and also we're gonna be doing that bind strategy we did in P1 or in P2, just like we did in Damien before. So these are the stats we're using. Nothing on the second page. Let's go. So there's a lot of chip damage in P1, but you can live it pretty easily as a dual blade. You have a lot of lifesteal. You have Fountain if you need to. I'm going to try to limit my usage of Fountain. But I'll use it here and there just to showcase you like, oh, like when would be a good time to use it and where you would want to place it too. We're going to do the double mind here. And we're going to be using our skills off cooldown as well because we want to get out of P1 ASAP. Any time that we can save in P1 is going to be super valuable in P2, of course, but even more so because we're going to be doing the bind strategy where we're only going to be bursting whenever bind resist falls off. Change the hell this because that's a pretty nasty sickle pattern. And there's also dragon, so I'm going to take this opportunity to up jump here, be safe. And we're going to clear that golem in the bottom right. What is also shroom? We're going to cleanse this because if there's too many butterflies, you're going to trigger the bullet hell pattern. And we're just going to have to dig our way back to the center. Luckily, DB has a pretty easy time breaking these golems, especially because we have a lot of AoE. And when we do have that AoE, it does a lot of damage. So it hasn't happened yet, but there are bombs that trigger that she can cast if you stare at her hand. So not that animation, that's for the sickles, but she has an animation where she can either spawn butterflies or cast a bomb. So that animation just now, she casted butterflies. No, there's no bomb yet, so good for us. Final cut, Blade Storm. There's another dragon coming, so when she does that flute, that's when you know dragon's coming. And there's like this little green haze as well. We're going to up jump and blink to float here. Unfortunately, Final Cut doesn't last long enough for you to just be iframe for the whole duration of the Dragon Breath. So we will be utilizing the blink. And I forgot to use my stuff a cooldown. Whoops. That's fine, we'll just have a slower P1. But using like AB as Seraph cooldown and Goddess and Epic Adventure would be ideal in this case. It's really easy to bleed lives in P1 if you're not careful. Let's take this opportunity to ring swap. Another dragon. So I want to do another cleanse here. And there's a dragon on the left, so we can just chill here. Hopefully she doesn't use the pattern that TPs us. Because she does have that ability to do that too. Periodically she can randomly TP us to a random part of the map. So that's the bomb. We're just gonna Chains of Hell. Start buffing up. So that was pretty risky by me. Usually you want to start with a bind first, because I just mentioned that she can teleport you, right? So there is that possibility of her TPing you out of your Ring of Restraint, which is not a good time if that does happen. We did get lucky and CD skipped our Final Cut, so we can use that as an emergency iframe if we need to. But our chains, oh, actually, yeah, we're just gonna Final Cut right there. Alright, and if we're looking at the bottom right corner, you can see that my Final Cut will come up at the same time as my Blade Storm too. So it's always nice to be able to use Final Cut into Blade Storm whenever you can. In fact, I would always make sure that you do have that happen, or have it up. So we're gonna AB and Asura here off cooldown, just so we can try to get out sooner. We're probably still going to have to do another mini burst here. Oh, there's a lot of... This is where Fountain would be nice. Yeah, Fountain would have saved us there. Oh, boy. And we're good. We're gonna Chains of Hell. Never mind. Blade Storm, Final Cut? Or Final Cut, Blade Storm? Another dragon, but we can get up before we have to worry about that. Okay, nice. Nice. So Fountain would have saved us life there easily. We got... Oh yeah, when the golems slam down on you, they apply a debuff on you that disallows you from using your potion to heal up. So our only way of like healing there was to try to keep life stealing from attacking or sip them in the fountain. So right there, the golem just broke the platform we were just standing on. So that's like the gimmick of this phase. There's going to be these golems that break platforms periodically, but this platform that I'm standing on never breaks. The platforms that has like these golden statues, they also never break. And this platform with the portal will also never break. And it's important to know the middle plat that I'm on right now and this top plat that I'm on, and of when they break, especially when it comes time to bursting soon. Oh crap. In P3, and also yeah, falling off the map, not good. Applies a debuff to you. This allows you from any healing, and you lose 50% of your current HP. We're gonna go over here to blink to dodge this, and up jump back to safety. We got our origin burst back up now. Do the fast burst. And go straight into Asura. Bind and then Asura actually. Okay. So we got a little bit unlucky there with Blade Tornado not lasting, or fitting into Last Resort there. If we got lucky with server extension, it would have been fine. Venom Burst. So take this time to put down another fountain, and we'll cleanse these butterflies that spawn. If there's too many of them, that also spawns the bullet hell pattern. And you'll notice that I started the BA when a bomb spawned. So bombs have a minimum cooldown of 1 minute and 30 seconds. And knowing when they spawn can be advantageous. You can know when you need to prep an iframe soon, or get ready to go to a safe spot. Or if you use your Hero's Will, any one of these, as you see her do the animation, you can resist the debuff. So just like the animation of her hands in P1, let's see if we can showcase this. So that's Sickles. So the next attack she does after this. So when she comes out of that laser pattern, also dodging lasers is pretty chill. You just move slowly, like inch. Oh, normally it's chill, you know, but you don't have to like move around too much. In fact, move around too much makes it even harder to dodge. So she's probably going to use bomb soon. There you go. We resisted the bomb. That was a great showcase. And just how I said that we're gonna do the buying strategy in Damien, we're doing it here as well because uptime is pretty annoying in Lucid. If she were to teleport during your burst, it would suck a lot, so that's why we're gonna bind her here. Final couple Blade Storm, I'm gonna go straight into Asura because it's easier to chase her down with Natal Bod while she's flying around than it is with Asura. Just gonna flash jump away. Oh, we tanked that, oops. And so we don't have to worry about bombs for a while again. So another a minute and 30 minutes from now, from the initial task, would be 3 minutes on the BA timer. And again, like it's 50-50 because that animation where she can spawn bombs is also the same animation that she does when she's spawning these butterflies. But yeah, the major advantage of just knowing that is you could save your chains of hell for other sticky situations. And Blink is also really good to use, right? I showcased it earlier when we were dodging sickles and just maneuvering underneath the map without falling off. Okay, so even though our burst is coming up soon, we're not going to be bursting until the bind resist timer has expired. So we'll be bursting in about 20 seconds from now. Another laser pattern, Venom Burst. Venom Burst when she's in that state, it still allows you to deal damage to her. And I guess we just do one more cleanses. We'll be bursting soon. You'll notice that there's like these little diamonds underneath these golden statues, and that means that's how many charges you have. And in order to gain a charge, you need to deal 1 bar's worth of HP. So you'll see that after we finish bursting here. Oh, that's a bomb. We'll get more charges. We're gonna burst up here in case this platform underneath us breaks, and if the platform that we're on breaks, we still have one underneath us to catch us when we fall. Yup. Perfect example of what I mean. We're gonna iframe this to continue our assault on her. Oh, we just tanked that. And as you can see, if we look at the statues, they all have the full charges now. During Dragon, you can actually stand... Let me break this golem first. Oh boy. You can stand right here on this platform. If you get close enough, you can actually... Oh. You can cleanse from here. Oh my god. There you go. These golems, if you get near them, they can clap you, and you get knocked away. So be careful of that. Okay, she's on. Random burst. And we're not bursting for another 15. Because we're going to be waiting for bind resist. Oh, that was a weird roleplay cancel. Another dragon. That's fine. Oh yeah, you can do this. I haven't showed this tech yet that I mentioned before. Because we haven't really needed to use it yet, because we're doing this bind strat. But I'll showcase it soon. Actually, I might not even showcase it during the fight. I might show you guys after the fight ends. Because we might not even be able to apply the tech. Almost completely forgot about that. Oh, frick. I forgot about it because it's a fairly new tech too that I recently learned about. Okay, so I kind of don't like how many butterflies there are on the map right now. Let's cleanse it. Oh. Owie. Okay, so we don't exactly... We're on her last and final HP bar, or second last HP bar. Final HP bar until phase 3. So we don't want to actually phase her. We want to have optimal conditions. Ooh. Before we do anything. Such as getting her lower on health. We want to get her low enough so that when we do our NATO bod combo, it phases her into P3. We don't want to commit to anything, any other usages of skills. We do have the luxury of time though, right? We have 16 minutes and 30 seconds. So we could even like get her low enough so that only phantom blows are required to phase her. But normally, like, you know, if you're tight on time, you would just try to only commit to NATO bod. Okay, so since there's a golem that spawned here, that means that that platform broke very recently. Which means we have a good platform to stand on when we're bursting. Because when we go into P3, she's going to spawn on the platform below that. Oh, I want to bind her. Okay. And we should be able to just destroy this phase. Because we have our origin up. Yeah, look at that damage. We won't even need a Sura. Nice. So, that was pretty close to a 50-minute run. If we spent a little bit more time dodging or explaining stuff, it would have been around a 50-minute run anyways. Some things I also wanted to talk about was for P3, keep in mind of when those platforms break, the very top one and the middle one of where she spawns. And having Fountain spawn in that fight is also pretty nice too, because while you're in that phase 3 fight, she does like a huge map AoE that takes your health bar. And although DB has lifesteal, sometimes if you're not careful, like your potion's on cooldown and you're already low on HP, your lifesteal proc might not happen in time and you could just die. But having Fountain to keep you safe is super nice. So in terms of the tech that I wanted to show you guys, I'm gonna pause the video, but the moment I come back, I'll have my cooldowns up to showcase you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so while we were doing the bind strategy, we never had this issue. But if there's ever a time where you're going to be using your Bladestorm and she's sinking down, right? So you can just walk off the platforms to chase her down while you're using your Bladestorm, right? But if she ever goes up, what the heck do you do? Well, you have this option. And now you might be wondering like, oh, how the heck you do that? I didn't even know you could do that. So the key thing is, if you were very observant, is that the steps required to do that, you have to be able to walk off a ledge while you're still keying down Bladestorm. And as soon as you walk off the ledge, you need to spam your up jump skill. Not Blade Ascension, Recruit's Agility. So it'll be like this, like that. But except on Bladestorming. Keep in mind though that while you do this, while you're falling, or in this case while you're going up, Bladestorm does not deal any damage at all. Your Bladestorm will only deal damage while you are actually on a platform, while you are grounded. Okay? So the act of falling, or jumping, or just being airborne makes it so that your Bladestorm does not deal damage. And that's not something you have to worry about with Asura though, because while you're in Asura, you can flash jump around, you can up jump, you can even use your Chains of Hell. So it's just only Bladestorm where you're a little bit more limited on how you can move. And this tech is only ever really useful in Lucid. Other bosses, it's never really something that you can really use, because how often are there actually platforms for you to walk off of? Like maybe in Calls, but Calls is such a big boss that even then, I haven't personally ever needed to use it either. So yeah, that was the tech showcase. And I think that's pretty much all I really had to say for this run, and for this boss in particular. If you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know. And if you had any feedback for that, I would appreciate that. As for the next boss, we will be doing Hard Will. And this boss will be interesting. Definitely a little more complicated of a boss compared to the ones we faced so far. So until then, I'll see you guys later, and take care.